Alrighty, welcome race fans. We are off to a little bit of a rocky start. I apologize for that. I had some technical issues. We're going to get you caught right up on our qualifying order. Starting out there in front, we have Travis Browder, Jack Watts, Sean Dower, Ronald Hartfeld, Edward Bray, Garrett Potts, Ryan Kuhn, Brad Ream, David Casey, and Gary Whitmer Jr. sitting back in 10th position. Ronald Klein, Jeremy Funk, Kevin Scott Nelson, Joel Guy, Lee Ryerson, Danny Rudy, and Chris Hogue. Finishing out our top 18, we're one lap in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, settled in. Getting ready to rock and roll out here for race 7 in the Truck Series at Charlotte. KMA Racing Tuesday night. Want to give a big shout out there to our sponsor of the night, Jason Russo. Sitting out at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 1.454. Great weather out here tonight, 65 degrees down on that track. And we are running the Chevy Silverados. Travis Browder out there in front. Starting us off, speeds up 299 miles per hour. Lap 3 of 100, up and in the books already. Now, thinking back there to Monday Night Mania, we went through two cautions. What was it? 2 cautions out there at Monday night. Drivers did a most excellent job out there on Tuesday night. Hopefully, we'll see just as great racing out here tonight. Got to keep in mind the long haul out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Still trying to get myself caught up and making sure that everybody has that link, not the updated link. I again apologize. Not exactly sure what happened with the start of the broadcast tonight. But we are up and rolling. These drivers are up and rolling out here tonight. Later on throughout the broadcast, we're going to give you some interesting facts about Charlotte Motor Speedway. And I tell you, when I was reading through some of those facts, and a lot of interesting facts out there. Charlotte very rich in history. George Washington, as we learned last night, having a history out here with Charlotte back in the day. Ryan Kuhn sitting in 2nd position. A lot of expectations out here for Ryan Kuhn. Did a really good job there on Monday. Edward Bray sitting back in 3rd position. Caution free on lap 7. Actually saw some green flag racing last night. In and out of pit road. Drivers just did one heck of a show last night. Very impressed. Travis Browder leading all 9 laps out here in the opening part of our Tuesday night. Drivers nicely spread out. A little bit tighter racing going on back here with Gary Whitmer, Jack Watts. But as you can see, everybody very content right now to stay into that single line formation. Absolutely no rush. No rush at all out here tonight. Plenty of time to get that job done. Taking a look at Gary Whitmer sitting back in 8th position. Jack Watts in front. Dave Casey in the number 20 on his rear. Gary Whitmer Jr. number 5, representing PAD and GW Graphics. Gary Whitmer, actually our Monday night sponsor, has a number 20 of Dave Casey going side by side with the 224 of Kevin Scott Nelson Exalta. Gary Whitmer up on that outside lane, very tight quarters right here with the 2020 and the 224 and number 5, 13. Danny Rudy sitting back watching this tight racing going on. Gary Whitmer, calm, cool, and collected. Good job, Gary. Gary will lose one spot, though. Danny Rudy, very content to stay back there in 13th position. Jeremy Funk in the number 97 back in 13th position. Very content just to fall and drop to the back of the pack. Very nice looking paint job right there on the number 97. Caution free on lap 15 of 100. Brad Ream representing RTK Motorsports, as well as PAD. RTK Motorsports consisting of Ronald Klein, Brad Ream, Chris Hogue, and Gary Whitmer. Brad Ream out here doing a great job. Gotta love the color of that truck right there. Now, last night he was driving the reverse paint job, the white and the red. Tonight he's driving the red and the white. Doing a great job out here, coasting around at 181 miles per hour. His partner, Ronald Klein, owner of RTK Motorsports, showing his support for PAD as well. Nice orange and black. Lee Ryerson in the 125, driving the anti-bullying, stop bullying. Good job, Lee Ryerson. Chris Hogue, number 6 in 12th position. Chris started out here, position 18, already on his way, advancing his position towards the front. Dave Acacia still up in this thick traffic here with the 224. David Casey, Kevin Scott Nelson. Kevin Scott Nelson into that wall. That'll give you a little bit of damage up there on that right front end and slow you down, as well as Danny Rudy comes tearing by. Looks like Chris Hogue's got a good run. You take a look at that right side damage on the 224. That'll slow you down every time, folks. Not worth going into pit road. About going into pit road, you're going to lose way too much time on it. Doesn't seem to be affecting the performance of the truck. Taking a look at the front end of Chris Hogue, 12th position. Travis Browder in front, trying his best to keep Ryan Kuhn off of his rear. Ryan Kuhn, Travis Browder pulling way ahead of the field tonight. Third place position, Garrett Potts, all of 2.5 back, but Garrett in the midst of a heated battle right here with Ronald Hartfeld, number 77 of Jack Watts. Jack Watts representing Southeast Motorsports. front end action with Gary Whitmer Jr. Looking off the rear end of Edward Bray. In car with Edward Bray on lap 23 of 100. Caution-free racing so far, and I tell you what, this is the reason I was so excited about coming out here to Charlotte this week. Drivers tend to do a very good job at Charlotte. I don't know what it is about Charlotte, but drivers get out here and do just a really awesome job, as they are tonight. Big shout out there to Jason Russo, our sponsor for the night. Not able to join us tonight, but nonetheless, a big shout out there to Pro Automotive ASE certified technicians out of Dudley, Massachusetts. In car with Jack Watts as he tries coming up onto the rear end of Ronald Hartfeld. Ronald Hartfeld in fourth, Jack Watts in fifth. Garrett Potts in third place in the number 40 Trax Chevy Silverado. Ryan Kuhn, position 2. Travis Browder leading 27 laps out here tonight. Ryan Kuhn has approached the rear end of Travis Browder, though. This could be the Travis and Ryan Kuhn show. Would not be the first time we've seen that. Young driver against young driver. Alrighty, there is Becky out there on the KMA TV chat. Don't know what happened to me, Becky. Had a complete little bit of a system failure right there and had to reboot everything. That was kind of odd. Nonetheless, we are up and running here with our continuation of Week 7, the KMA Racing League Series. It is Tuesday night. Taking a quick look at our running order, catching you up. Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn, Garrett Potts, Ronald Hartfeld, Jack Watts, Gary Whitmer in position 6. Sean Dower, Edward Bray, Danny Rudy, Dave Acacia. Some good racing back here with Dave Acacia. Chris Hope, Brad Ream, Kevin Scott Nelson, Ronald Klein, Jeremy Funk, and Lee Ryerson back in position 16. Not a lot of draft going on out here as we take a look at it up from the eye in the sky. A little bit of tight racing there with this Kevin Scott Nelson and Ronald Klein and Jeremy Funk. But still, a lot of space between these drivers out here at Charlotte tonight. Drivers should be heading off into pit road just about any time. I think I already seen one driver back there coming out of pit row. We'll have to be on our toes to catch these drivers in and out of pit row. Ryan Kuhn all over the rear end of Travis Browder. Should be very close to their pit window. Lap 32 of 100, caution free out here tonight at Charlotte. Hey, big shout out there to the fans out there. I know we got Becky out there. Got some interesting facts out here about Charlotte. Got a funny facts. Now, we learned last night all about George Washington having rested in a house and once served as the Speedway offices. Let's talk about hot dogs, though, out here in Charlotte. That's right, hot dogs in May. 13,500 feet of hot dogs are sold, which is enough to stretch 2 times around this 1.5-mile track. 13,500 feet of hot dogs. Wow. That's a lot of dog, I tell you what. 1,500 trash cans located throughout the Speedway to collect the 400 tons of trash that will be generated during the Coca-Cola 600 week. Charlotte, a popular place. 9,524 gallons of soda and water were sold in the All-Star race and Coca-Cola 600 race weekends. 9,000 gallons of soda. Unreal. Ryan Kuhn into pit row. Green flag pit stops with Ryan Kuhn on lap 36. "140 flagpoles located throughout the Speedway property." 140 flagpoles. That's a lot of flagpoles. A lot of hot dogs. Whole lot of stuff going on here at Charlotte. Ronald Klein in the number 76 down on that apron. Green flag pit stops beginning to happen. Ronald Klein making his green flag pit stops. Do you believe Mr. Travis? Mr. Travis heading into pit row as well. Travis Browder started out on that pole position tonight. Taking right sides. Taking left sides. Good man, Travis Browder. We are caution free on lap 37 of 100. Lee Ryerson in the number 125. Stop Bullying. Position 3. Our current race leader is Sean Dower. Sean Dower in the number 62. Not sure if Sean Dower has pitted yet. Nonetheless, Ryan Kuhn, after his green flag pit stop, fresher tires, barreling past the number 62 of Sean Dower. Gary Whitmer sitting back in 12th position, 11th position, as the race stats do update. Green flag pit stops happening, forming. I do believe that was Chris Hogue. Chris Hogue in the number 6 taking his exit way off of a green flag pit stop. Lee Ryerson making his way into pit row. Very nice looking truck there. Want to give a big shout out there to Lee Ryerson, driving that in support of a family friend at a very young age. Submitted to suicide, took her precious life because of bullying. KMA-TV put on that special race and handled that broadcast. So I want to give a big shout out there to Lee Ryerson, continuing on to show his support for the anti-bullying campaign. Ryan Kuhn back in that position 1. Travis Browder 1.7 seconds back as they do come up on the number 97. Number 97 of Jeremy Funk. I'm going to take you a lap around Charlotte in-car camera with Ryan Kuhn. Beautiful track, beautiful scenery out here at Charlotte. Down onto that white line, holding it down around that apex, back up. Going to ride up on that wall just a little bit, try to maintain maximum draft, maximum speed. Dropping it back down around that white line. You want to get down to that white line best as you can. Gonna ride it up, back up onto that wall. Now at this point in time, he's got a little bit of that draft. So he's more so going to be where that line of draft. He's got double draft right there. And he is coming on like a freight train. What are you going to do when the Ryan Kuhn runs up on you? Dan's Top Notch heading up to that high lane. Ryan Kuhn ducking down. But he's got a big run on the 125. 125 sliding up. Ryan Kuhn rocking his way around the 125 on 43 of 100. Gary Whitmer having his hands full with the number 62 and the number 20. 62 being Sean Dower, 20 being Dave Acacia. Gary Whitmer 17 seconds off of that lead combination of Ryan Kuhn and Travis Browder. Gary Whitmer coming down to the inside and around the number 62. Big run on that inside. Side by side. Not enough to pull it off, though. 62 possibly closing that door on the number 5. Back up to that wall we had talked about. 62 feeding off the draft of Dave Acacia. Dave Acacia completely in charge of 6th position. Very tight racing there with the 20 and the number 62. Gary Whitmer sitting back here watching this racing between Sean Dower and Dave Acacia. 18 seconds back, losing time on our race leader. Going to walk you up through the field. Kevin Scott Nelson sitting back here in position 16th. Big run on the 125, going flying by. That'll put Jeremy Funk into his sights along with Danny Rudy. Up on the hood of Jeremy Funk. Danny Rudy in the number 13. Dan's Top Notch, heating and cooling. Edward Bray, great job out here into position 12. All right, Becky, I have a question for you. Talking acreage. Not talking miles or square miles, we're talking acreage. How many acres approximately is Charlotte? Charlotte Raceway. Huge. Absolutely huge. Not as huge as Indy as we found out last week, but still huge acreage. A lot of stuff going in. They got some places for boxes. Boxes out there for drivers and their family and friends and fans to sit up in. But it's indeed one of the larger complexes, as we'll call it, a complex. So see if you can figure out how many acres the Charlotte Racing Complex is. It's more than one, that is for sure. Number 76, Ronald Klein. In front of Edward Bray, racing for position 11 and 12. As they come up on the number 6 of Chris Hogue. Chris Hogue up to the high side by side with 76. RTK Motorsports versus Black Talon. Edward Bray being Black Talon. Green flag racing on. Lap 52 of 100. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Couple of quick 4x4s and we'll be right back with you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and Becky Whitmer. Very quick on the draw tonight. 2,000, absolutely correct. 2,000 acres out here at Charlotte. Ryan Kuhn, Travis Browder, positions 1 and 2, 10.7 seconds back is Jack Watts. Jack Watts out here representing Southeast Motorsports, doing a great job out here tonight. But again, you know, this field tonight, part of the reason that this racing is so great out here tonight, that are single file. We're going to bounce through the field, see if we can find some good racing action, but as you can tell, that they're just completely spread out, and that's making for some really long green flag runs. We do know they're about 34 laps on a fuel run. There's a little bit of tight racing there with Chris Hogue and the number 76 of Ronald Klein battling it out for 9th and 10th. Brad Ream up there. 3 RTK drivers right here. 8th, 9th, and 10th. Alrighty, Becky, we're going to see how well you do know history here at Charlotte. This will be a fun one for you, so listen up. Numerous movies have been filmed at the track, including what, and what. And the track hosted the world premiere of a Disney movie. Alright, so all you got to do is get out there and find me 3 movies at least. You have 4, you have 5 actually. A few movies out there. Caution-free racing on lap 60 of 100. Taking a good look at that running order. Ryan Kuhn, Travis Browder, Jack Watts. Our top 3 tonight. Ronald Hartfeld. Garrett Potts in position 5. Sean Dower, Gary Whitmer Jr. in position 7. Brad Ream, Chris Hogue, Ronald Klein rounding out our top 10. Kevin Scott Nelson, Jeremy Funk, Danny Rudy, Lee Ryerson 1 lap down. Edward Bray 2 laps down. David Casey 2 laps down. Not sure what happened with Edward Bray and David Casey to drop those drivers down to 2 laps down each. Edward Bray fighting his way back up there to the front. All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep looking out there. 5 major movies Charlotte has played a role in. Can you name a few? Number 13, Danny Rudy getting out of the way of Edward Bray. Edward Bray, Black Talon Racing, having a lot of time, well, not a lot of time to get her back. He is 2 laps down, lap 63, 37 to go, caution free tonight. Edward Bray going to have to hit that hammer hard. Two laps behind our race leader, Ryan Kuhn. Ronald Klein with RTK Motorsports. A little bit of damage there on the rear end of the number 76 Chevy Silverado. Losing a little bit of time against his teammate, Chris Hogue. Ronald Klein behind that leader. 23 seconds, and Ronald Klein going into pit road tonight at Charlotte. We're going to stay here and watch Ronald Klein, see how he does. All right, Becky. Now that you can hear me, I need some movies that contained Charlotte, that Charlotte played a role in. There are at least 5 major movies One of them by Disney. Had the world premiere of this movie made by Disney out here at Charlotte. And there are four movies I've got listed that have been filmed at Charlotte. I'm going to give you a couple more laps to think about that. Ronald Klein, green flag pit stops for Ronald Klein. In and out, green. Ryan Kuhn, our race leader on lap 66 of 100. Doing an awesome job out here. Leading 26 laps. Travis Browder leading 36. Getting down on that white line around that lower part up to the wall on the higher part. Trying to get as much draft as he can. Tire wear critical, but getting the job done out here tonight. Travis Browder all over him like a tick on a coon dog. We talk often about the fox and the rabbit. Right now, the rabbit is Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn running for his life, running for this win. Travis Browder very content just to hang out. Now what that's going to do is that's going to possibly force the number 72 of Ryan Kuhn to put a little bit more pressure on his tires. And if that is the case coming to be, then Travis Browder will jump when it's time to jump. But for right now, Travis Browder in the number 51, very content just to hang out. Jack Watts 11.3 seconds back with 31 to go. Ronald Hartfeld position 4. Stone's throw back from Jack Watts. Garrett Potts in the M&M Toyota number 40. 14 seconds back. Sean Dower, number 62 Chevy Silverado into pit row. Sean Dower into pit row on lap 70. More green flag pit stops developing out here tonight in Charlotte. I tell you what, we need to run Charlotte obviously more. These drivers knowing how to get in and out of pit row. Charlotte also races the NASCAR K&N Pro Series, the International Race of Champions, the IROC Series, the IndyCar Series, the ARCA Racing Series, the American Le Mans Series, the IMSA GT Championship, AMA Supercross, and the Formula Super V. Good pit stop there by Sean Dower. Brad Ream out on that front position. Brad Ream making green flag pit stops on lap 71. Alrighty, Becky, good job on Cars. Cars is that Disney one, but there still are 4 major movies. I'll give you one of them, because we did talk about this movie the other night. Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. And in 2006, the track hosted the world premiere of Disney Pixar's Cars, but there still are 3 other movies. And one of these movies starred Burt Reynolds, if I remember correctly. Burt Reynolds. That's how old a movie one of these movies are. But you're absolutely correct about Cars. That'll put Chris Hogue up on the lead lap. Chris Hogue leading 2 laps tonight out here at Charlotte. Ronald Hartfeld on the tail of Chris Hogue. Stock Cars Elvis. Alrighty. Alrighty, good guess. Good guess. Alrighty. I'll tell you what. I got you on this one here, Becky. I did get you out on this one here. Those movies that have been filmed at the track include Speedway, Stroker Ace. If I remember right, Burt Reynolds was in Stroker Ace, I think. Days of Thunder and Talladega Nights. Stroker Ace. Boy, that is an old movie right there, but a good one for sure. Chris Hogue making his way into pit row. Lap 75 of 100 as we watch Chris Hogue into pit row. Quick update on our running order. Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn, Chris Hogue in pit row. Lee Junior Rice and Jack Watts. Ronald Hartfeld, Garrett Potts, and Sean Dower rounding up our top 8. Gary Whitmer Jr. 1 lap down. Brad Ream 1 lap down. Edward Bray 1 lap down as well. Dave Acacia 1 lap down. So Dave and Edward are racing for position 10. Gary Whitmer sitting back in 9th position. Brad Ream in 8th. 7th place, Sean Dower and Forward are on that lead lap. Becky saying Lucky Logan. That's ringing a bell. Side by side, Ryan Kuhn, Gary Whitmer. Ryan Kuhn having the faster vehicle. Gary Whitmer opting not to challenge. 22 laps to go. Drivers running about 28 seconds lap. Brad Ream with a fast lap of 28.735. Big shout out there to Jason Russo for bringing us Tuesday Night Trucks, Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord. And running those movies back to Becky, Speedway, Stroker Ace, Days of Thunder, and Talladega Nights, the ballad of Ricky Bobby. Becky Whitmer had mentioned to me one time before that she had not seen that movie. You need to go and see the movie. You'll actually have to go and rent the movie, but it is a very good movie. Ryan Kuhn, 3.9 seconds back of Travis Browder. Jack Watts in 3rd position, but he is 19 seconds back. Danny Rudy going high out of the way of Ryan Kuhn and Brad Ream. Brad Ream, first driver, 1 lap down. Want to give a big shout out there to Danny Rudy, Dan Stop Not Cheating and Cooling. Racing around with the number 5 of Gary Whitmer supporting Pad and RTK Motorsports and GW Graphics. All those great commercials you see out here at G are done by GW Graphics. Gary Whitmer with GW Graphics. Do a very good job now, first driver, 1 lap down. Nope, Brad Ream and Gary battling it out for 7th and 8th. But don't forget, Friday night, we're going to be back here at Charlotte in the Cup cars. Those huge, very powerful cars. And if the trend continues, I'm thinking we're going to be seeing some green flag racing come Friday as well. Ryan Kuhn, tires beginning to give out as the 61 goes flying by, but not as much as the 125. Ryan Kuhn navigating his way around the slower traffic of the 125. Lee Ryerson Ryan Kuhn 4 seconds back off of our race leader. Brad Ream trying to get to Travis Browder, sitting at about 3 back. In order for Brad Ream to get back onto that lead lap, he's got to get around Travis Browder. Not sure if that's going to happen tonight. 6 drivers on that lead lap with 15 to go. Sean Dower, Garrett Potts in 5th. Ronald Hartfeld, Jack Watson 3rd, 19 seconds back. Ryan Kuhn trying to work his way around Brad Ream. Both of these drivers pushing their trucks hard tonight out here at Charlotte, doing a great job though. Very impressed with the way Week 7 has rolled through, and I know our sponsors are proud too. Unfortunately, Jason Russo not able to join us tonight. But a big shout out there to Pro Automotive ASE Certified Mechanics out of Dudley, Massachusetts. Travis Browder up on that front line. Going to be working with some lap traffic, I do believe. Will be working his way around Kevin Scott Nelson in the 224 Exalta. Becky Whitmer saying, we need a caution. I'll tell you what, there would be a lot of happy drivers right now if that caution did come out. Brad Ream, Gary Whitmer, Ronald Klein, David Casey, Edward Bray, Chris Ho, Kevin Scott Nelson. Now right here, if Travis works his way around the 224, he'll actually put the 224 2 laps down. Travis Browder with a 3.9 second lead and holding pretty steady. Ryan Kuhn 3.9 back. Travis Browder side by side with lap traffic of the 224. 224 not being a bother. Thank you, driver. Ryan Kuhn still trying to work his way around the number 61 of Brad Ream. 3.8 seconds back. Jack Watts in 3rd position. 19.6 back. Ronald Klein 21 back in 4th. Garrett Potts and Sean Dower having a nice little race there for 5th. Garrett Potts in the number 40 Toyota. Not sure what happened with Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn just up and disappeared. Must have had some kind of a family emergency. That's odd with Ryan. I hope everything's okay with Ryan. Not sure what happened with Ryan Kuhn. Nonetheless, that'll put Travis Browder out there in 1st position. Jack Watts 19.5 seconds back for 2nd position. Ronald Hartfeld in 3rd. Sometimes drivers have a real-life situation to come up. Cat jumps on your lap, dog unplugs the computer, baby cries. Hope everything's okay there with Ryan Kuhn having to suddenly park it and leave. Garrett Potts moving on up to 4th position on lap 93 with 7 to go. 5 drivers on the lead lap. Brad Ream, first driver, 1 lap down, position 6. Gary Whitmer, hot on his heels, for position 7, 1 lap down. Lap 93 of 100. Travis Browder has done an extraordinary job tonight, leading out 55 laps. Looks like he may lead 5 or 6 more before this night is over. Caution is out. There is that caution. I know a lot of... Oh, whoa, whoa. Hang on to the house right there. All right, we're looking at a little bit of contact there between the number 13 and the number 66. 13 with a little bit of a bump on Edward Bray. And Edward Bray doing everything he can to hold it together. Well, kind of 13 kind of paid for it. We're going to back it up one more time. Look at it from a different point of view, though. But keep your eyes there on Edward Bray. Look at that save. Edward Bray doing everything he can to save it. But unfortunately, contact there between the number 13 of Danny Rudy. Just barely grazing the rear end of Edward Bray. Edward Bray fighting to keep her together. Well, that'll bring out our first caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen, on lap 96 of 100. Well, that will freeze the field, obviously. Now, I'm not quite sure if we're going to get another green flag run here or not. We'll have to check on a couple of drivers and see exactly what's on their mind. Edward Bray working hard to catch that field. Becky Whitmer not having her heart broken out there for this caution to come out. Drivers making their way around pit row. All right, we're going to talk to, I do believe we're going to have a talk with Garrett Potts. Is 3 laps down, but we're going to go on and talk to Garrett Potts. How about it, Garrett? Have you got a copy?
I'm hot right now. I'm a little mad.
All righty. Safe to talk to you, brother.
It's all right, bud.
All right. Well, what happened out there? We had a late caution. Boy, that was a heartbreaker, but a lot of guys really wanting this caution to come out.
Yeah, it would have been good if I was where I was. We were running 5th, and then the 62 says he didn't have contact, but he hit me in the rear and sent me around on 4. I don't know why, but we might get back to go with 1 to green. We're talking about on the track. We don't really know, so we'll have to figure it out.
All righty. Well, that was my primary question. All right. Well, you're looking good out here. You've ran a good show out here. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I think my buddy Brady's out here watching. I'd like to say hey to him, but I wish we had a better race for him. And we were doing all right. We'll have to see. They're saying now that we're going to go. We're not going green. So.
All righty. Appreciate the information there, Garrett.
Yes, sir.
All right. Word on that track, folks, is that this may seal the deal, but stay tuned. We're going to see if we can get a hold of one of our admins out there, Edward Bray, in pit row, along with Joel Guy. Gary Whitmer Jr., first driver, 1 lap down. How about it, Gary? Have you got a copy?
I got you, Scott.
All righty, one question only. Does this wrap it up, or are we talking about a 1-lap shootout?
I think it wraps it up. We're still pacing, haven't gotten to 2 to go yet.
All righty, well, I'm going to stay on the horn with you till you pass that start-finish line, and we know for sure. While we're doing that, go on and talk to Mom Whitmer and Dad Whitmer out there and talk to us about GW Graphics.
GW Graphics, I do video productions for YouTube on KMA TV for commercial special events and just a little bit of everything.
All righty, any new information out there on that track?
We're still pacing, so it looks like it's over. We've got 1 more lap, 2 more laps.
All righty, I appreciate the information. Good job, Gary, with the 6th place then.
Yep, thank you, Scott.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, word on the track is it is over. We're going to go on and keep an eye on these drivers now if this is over. While we're waiting for final confirmation, we'll go on and look at a race summary. Leader of Travis Browder, laps completed 99 of 100. Lead changes 5, 1 caution, totaling out 4 laps. Drivers did a tremendous job out here tonight. Ronald Hartfeld up there in that number 3 spot. How about it, Ronald? Have you got a copy?
Yes, Scott.
Is it over, brother?
Yes, sir, it's over.
And you got yourself a third-place position.
Yeehaw, I feel like I won the thing, Scott.
Oh, talk to me about your night.
Well, we were real patient all night, getting in the corners light, and we could run it right through there. We had a good night. We were dialed in good.
All righty. Are you looking forward to Friday with the Gen 6s? How you think you're going to fare there?
Unfortunately, this season I haven't been able to run on Friday nights. Those are my favorite cars, too.
All righty. You did a fantastic job out here. Napa Know-How. Give me a shout-out to your sponsors, please.
Well, we're running Napa Auto Parts. We run a Napa Auto Care Center up in upstate New York, Spencerport. Me and my son work there. A bunch of great people in upstate New York.
All righty. Great job, Ronald, tonight. Number 3. How about it, Jack? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All righty. Great night for you out here tonight representing Southeast. And Pad, talk to me.
It was fun. It was a really good race. A lot of clean driving going on. My problem was right off the gate, I was trying to save tires. I ended up 4 or 5 seconds behind, and I planned on that, and then I just realized that was hurting me too bad.
All righty, but I tell you, what a heartbreaker out there for that late caution to come out. What was the atmosphere when that caution came out?
Everybody was, I think, excited because the race was going green the whole time. Everybody was running clean, giving room. It was just a great race all the way through.
All righty, and give me a shout out to Southeast Motorsports, Mom, Dad, anybody, to the dog.
Yeah, Southeast, my team, first and foremost. Thanks for KMA for putting this on. And Pat, People Against Distracted Driving, thanks for all that you guys do.
All righty, good job, Jack Watts, getting the number 2 spot tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
All right, Travis.
Hey, Scott, how are you? What a race.
I don't even have to ask you anymore. Just talk to me, brother.
Hey, Scott, awesome race, but it looked like we were going to go caution free, but I guess the caution came out with like 4 laps to go or something like that, and I don't know what happened to Ryan, because Ryan left earlier. I don't know if he got frustrated or something, or I don't know what happened to him, but on the last pit stop, I took rights only, and it freed the truck up, and I was going to see what it'll do on 2 tires, and Ryan really didn't pick that much time on me when I pitted, because, the tire wear wasn't really that bad tonight in these trucks, because if you're behind somebody on the tire wear, you're going to have to start lifting a little bit to let the truck rotate through the center of the corner. And then when you're in the clean air, it's really it drives like a dream in clean air. But a lot of fun tonight.
All right, now how you feeling about going to Friday? Because, last night we only had 2 cautions. Tonight we only had 1. What do you think we're in store for Friday?
I hope we go caution-free Friday. I hope for a fun race for sure, and we'll be in the big boy cars, the Cup cars on Friday. We'll get some practice there, and it's going to be a challenging race for sure on the Cup cars on this track. I mean, it's going to be tire management in that race probably.
All righty, final shout-outs and final thoughts.
You, Scott, and KMA TV. Big shout-out to Becky as well and all the fans watching. Big shout-out to Mike Kalini for Pad, John Hendrick over the Top Paints and Designs, Gearhead Paint Shop for Ted. And Max Velocity.
All righty, good job, Travis Browder. Bring her home tonight. By the way, where'd you finish up last night?
I finished P3.
All right, so you got a P3, you got a P1 tonight. Oh, why don't you get a P2 on Friday and you get a podium all week?
Oh, absolutely, man. Podiums are awesome finishes, man.
All righty, good job, Travis.
Thanks, Scott. We'll see you Friday.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking one more look at that race summary. Then we're going to flash you some race results. What a race tonight. Almost caution-free. 1 caution. I am Scott Kolovic. We'll catch you back here on Friday. Don't forget about Ronald Klein with RTK broadcasting out for KMA TV on Wednesday and on Thursday. We'll see you then, folks. Have a good night.